Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today I'm going to be creating two different looks for you with the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Sandra Rose. This is an older palette that they are bringing back for a limited time. So if you missed it before, if you're interested in it, you want to see what kind of looks you could do with it, or if you really even want to buy it, hear the price point, all of the details are going to be in this video. Before we get too far into the video, if you have not already, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I upload new videos twice a week. It's totally free to subscribe, and I would love to have you back on the channel for all things makeup. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. A like would go a long way to helping me share this content with other people. Without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get into look number one. All right, so for the first look, I think I'm going to do something kind of like bluey green. I feel like I haven't done a blue look in a really long time. If you notice my pans looking kind of tiny, this is the mini edition of the Sandra Rose they came out with. I believe they had the original first, then this was a re-release in the mini form. The pans are super tiny, but I love that personally. I wish more brands would give some mini options. I know Shelby's another one that does that a lot of times, but the current iteration that they have put out is not mini, like they're normal size pans, I believe, but they're all the same shades is my understanding. So I'm going to start with Vine, which is this kind of muted, I don't want to say it's not quite a pastel green, but it's definitely like a lighter mint color, I guess I'll call it. And I already put down some concealer as a base like I always do for my eyeshadow looks. Yeah. Posy below that, this kind of like turquoisey shade. I'm going to put that on next. And I'm going to put that on the outer corners. Wow, I feel like I just haven't done a bright, colorful look of any color lately. Like it's been a long time. I've been doing a lot of either neutrals or like really muted color. And I'm feeling something bright today. And then I just used what was ever like left on the brush. That was poor English, sorry. Whatever was left on the brush. No additional product. I just ran that on the lower lash line as well. And now I'm going to go with a flat brush. And I'm going to go in with Sandra, which is this deep shimmer. I don't know if I've ever used this shade actually, so that kind of drew me to it just because it looks like something that hasn't been touched yet, like a darker shimmer. So I'm just like trying to blend the edges of the shimmer into that more turquoise shade that we laid down. This is a super pigmented shade too, like a little bit goes quite a long way. And then on the other side of the same flat brush, I'm going to go in with Botanical. It's kind of like the mint shimmer pairing of the Vine matte that I did to start with. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner and then kind of overlap a little to blend from this lighter turquoise shimmer into the really deep Sandra shimmer. That's pretty. I've not done, like I said, like a kind of blue-green, like oceany looking look in a really long time. I really like that. Okay, and I think in the inner corner, for something a little different, I'm going to go in with Flourish, which is the silver here. I don't know if I've ever used this shade either. And then I'm just taking a little bit of silver into the inner, like, swoosh part of my eye here and running it kind of along where the mattes in the shimmer like meet to give it a little bit of a shimmery swoosh that will catch the light. A little something like that. I feel like I need a liner, but I don't know, there's no like deep enough green, I don't feel like, to do it justice here. So let me find a separate liner. Okay, and here is the finished first look. I just fully committed to the blue, okay, you guys? So I went off camera after I had the shadow finished, and I added from e.l.f. the Smoky Kohl eyeliner in shade Vintage Denim. Then I went in with this blue mascara. It's the AOA Studio Wisp Enhancing Mascara. I got it on Shop Miss A. It's in shade dark blue for the mascara. And then like I said, we really committed with the all blue here, and I went in with this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. This one is in shade Moscow. It's got a little, I feel like maybe more of a purple undertone than the look, but it still is all in the, you know, blue, green, purple-ish family, so I feel like it works. Definitely a bold look for sure, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of like a couple different directions you could go with the palette in this video. Here, let me zoom in so you can really see what I'm talking about with like the sparkle on the inner swoop there, like the silver. I really like this. You could definitely have gone with like black liner or black mascara, lashes, you know, there's different things you could do if you wanted to for this look, but yeah, I like it. I think it's something fun, a little bit different than what I've been doing lately. And here's look number 2. Okay, so for look number 2, I've done literally the exact same base as look number 1, and I'm gonna go more purpley on this one. So I'm gonna start with this shade Pollen here in the crease. And I did want to say I was looking more at Glaminatrix's site just to look and check, since I said I wasn't sure on some of the details. It looks like they have done a formula upgrade between the one I'm using right now and what they're releasing. I would say this is probably like the second or third palette I ever bought from Glaminatrix, and I can definitely see an improvement on their newer formula. So that makes sense that they would use their newer formula, but I will also say, if you look at like, here's the photo on their website next to the shades here, like I noticed, make sure I can get that shade in frame here, the Petal shade, it looks a lot more pink on here, see the shade Petal, versus on here the Petal looks a lot more, oh sorry, got dark there. It looks a lot more like closer to red or like rosy. So there might be a little bit of shade change between what I'm showing you and what you get if you order it from their site. It looks like this is a pre-order only, and it's a limited run. Like, you can pre-order it, and if you want it, you get it, and that's it. The case is also different. Like, mine has these roses on here, and theirs is going to be a vegan leather case on the outside. Like you can see in that picture I showed you what the cover will look like on theirs. It's $57 US that says tax included, obviously not shipping. And there is a beautiful description of where the name came from if you're interested to read. Like it's got personal meaning, which yeah, I always love to hear what kind of like the description or reasoning is behind different palettes and their names or themes or things like that. So that's just some details if you wanted on the updated Sandra Rose. And it looks like, because this palette has been available for pre-order already for a couple days as of the date I'm putting this video up, it looks like they already have pre-order number 2 up, so it must have been popular enough that they had to add a second pre-order, so your dates might look a little further out, but I've had good experience with Glaminatrix. I know some people say like I'm not doing pre-orders because of experiences, but they've been really good to me, like customer service wise and correspondence wise, so I feel comfortable saying like they're safe to place a pre-order with, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm gonna go with Nectar, this deep purple in the outer corners next, but I am just barely tapping it because this is a super pigmented shade. I would say a lot of their mattes are pretty pigmented. I think their newer powder formula is maybe pressed a little bit differently because I do notice a lot more kick up in this older edition of this palette that I have. But it's really, really easy to still work with if you just know that in advance going in and just do a tiny little dab so it's not like too much too fast for you to be able to like blend out, because I like to really smoke this kind of a shade out. I'm gonna take what's ever left on the brush and run it on the outer portion of the lower lash line there too, and just kind of blend it, smoke it a little bit, meet it in the crease with that first shade that I put in there till it looks something like that. And then if you feel like it's not like blended to your heart's content, you can always go back in with the first brush. I like to do this and just like go over everything to really make sure that like everything is like married together and it's just got no harsh edges or anything like patchy looking. So we're gonna look something like that. Then I'm going to my flat brush. I need to clean my little switchy thingy. I see it right here. Mine's from J-Cat, but like if you want to use a brush and it has pigment, you can go with something like this. But mine is quite dirty. I need to, and like both sides are dirty. Like I could use the sides of it at this point to be clean, but you know, I will never say I am the model example of cleaning your brushes, because I'm not good at that. It's something I need to get better at. But I just, you know, I just can't find the motivation to do it. I'm sure some of you can relate. Anyway, back to our tutorial here. I'm going in with Flora, this deepest purpley shimmer. I'm kind of following the same format I did for like that bluey green look in look 1, where I'm doing like laying down the mattes first and then going in with a deeper shimmer to lighter shimmers. I like to go light to dark from the outside of the eye into the lighter shades in the inner portion. But that's just me. You can do whatever you want. I know some people like to do like the reverse smoky eye and start dark in the corner of their eye and go out from there. This is just a really nice shimmer to kind of transition from the smoky matte of the outer corner into the lighter stuff. Next, I'm going to go in with, I think, Blue, which is this duochrome shade. It's kind of like blue and purple and pink all at the same time. Maybe even a little green, honestly. It's definitely a shifty shade. I'm going to put that on the inner portion, overlap it a little bit onto Flora there. I really love a shade like this. It's like a really thin shimmer formula, but it's super shifty. And this is the kind of shade that you really could use with a lot of different mattes in this palette, and it would look different like depending on what mattes you pair it with. It's gonna bring out different undertones of the shift more than the others. Like because I did purple, I feel like you can see the purple pink more, but I can definitely see like a hint of a blue green that exists in this one. And then on the inner corner, I'm gonna go with Rose right here. I still do like a little bit on the brow bone, I won't lie. I know that's very like old school, not really the trend anymore, but I just feel like it adds a little something under, and I don't go under the entire brow. I just go like right under the arch of it. It does something for me. It really does. Okay, I think for liner, I'm just gonna go back in with Nectar. That was that deep purple that I used to like smoke out the outer part of the eye here. Sorry, my sentences and my words are getting like slower when I'm thinking about what I'm doing and trying to not screw up while I'm talking at the same time. A little something like that. So you can see, I always like to show like here's without the shadow liner and here's with. I personally feel like the look looks more complete like this. I always want to have some kind of liner on my eye, but I don't say always. Every once in a while I'll go more light like this, but I really prefer this side. So I'm going to do shadow liner on this side as well. Pick a mascara, a lip, do all of the things. and then I'll be back to show you the final completed look number 2. And here is the final second look. I ended up going in with a burgundy mascara just to keep it in the same kind of like purpley berry family. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous mascara in burgundy. And then again, I kind of kept it a little monochromatic with the lip. I went in with the Ofra Lip Liner in Plum Perfect and paired it with the lip from LA Girl in shade Giggle. This is their matte flat velvet lip. Sorry, I've used it so much and had it for so long the label is worn off. But yeah, I feel like between the two looks, I like this one more personally. But if you know anything about me, you know that purple and green are my favorite shades to wear of eyeshadow, and blue's one of my least favorite. I would say blue and orange. So it's no surprise to me that I like this one better, but let me know in the comments which one you liked better. Are you picking up the Sandra Rose palette? Have you even tried Glaminatrix Cosmetics? They are an amazing indie brand. I highly recommend them if you have not. Thanks so much if you made it all the way to the end of the video, and I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye!